Today, I'm going to get to do a review of a bottle that Barrell sent me to do a review of. This is Barrel Foundation Double Barreled. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I'm Brad, and today we're going to get to do a review here of a bottle that, yes, Barrell sent me this bottle to do a review of. Shout out to Barrell, thank you very, very much. They sent me a few bottles over the last year and a half, 2 years or so. I've liked all the ones they've sent me, despite me thinking that I wouldn't like it. Barrell Ice Wine Finish was surprisingly good. The Barrel Foundation, though, was my favorite one that they have sent me. I'm a big fan of that bottle, and this one, I hope, can live up to that legacy for me that one has built up. This is Barrell's second release in the Foundation series, and I love double oak stuff. It's one of my favorite subcategories of bourbon. I really like the oakiness and the flavors that get imparted with the double barreling process. And here's the difference between how this one's double barreled versus other double barrels. This one is a toasted barrel, not a charred new barrel. So slight difference there in how they create this. And my favorite part of this is that this is going to retail at $54.99. If this is half as good as the original Barrel Foundation was, we're in business. So Barrell, if you don't know, they don't distill their own whiskey. They are sourcers, and they blend everything when they get the barrels. So while, yes, this is a 5-year bourbon, there is more to it than just a 5-year bourbon. For example, on the back of the label here, it'll tell you the blend components, and there is an 8-year Kentucky, a 5, 6, and 9-year Indiana whiskey, 8-year Tennessee whiskey, and a Maryland 5 and 6-year whiskey in here. And the derived mash bill is corn 73%, rye 23%, and malted barley at 4%. Interesting little mash bill here. I'm very excited to get this in a Glen. Enough talking. Let's get into a Glen. Let's see what we think. Let's give it a nosing. Let's see how we feel. Oh, I like that a lot. This comes in at 100 proof here. The nose reminds me of the original Barrel Foundation, just a little more sweet and a little more oaky, a little more heat to it. And not heat as in ethanol heat, heat as in warm toasted oak. I'm getting some cocoa powder on here. There's some fruit in there too. There's a cherry note there. It's not as oaky as I was thinking it was going to be for a double oaked. I really like the nose on this. There's a fruity note to this that I can't quite nail down what is. I want to say it's grapefruit or a citrus, but a sour citrus, maybe a lime or a lemon, but then it's quickly covered up with a chocolate note. All right, let's give it a mouthing and let's see how we feel. That's spicy. So that is definitely oaky on the palate. It's like a sweet oak. It's not like a super aggressive, harsh oak. Something like Elijah Craig 18 or a Widow Jane 20-year. It's not that kind of oakiness. It's more of a Jack 10 and 12 oakiness. There is the oakiness part to it, but it's a little sweet and toasted. It kind of has a warmness to it. And that's the overall theme of this. This smells warm. This is a really good winter whiskey for sure. And the nose carries over 1-to-1. There's that warm toastiness. There's the oak. There's a little bit of a hint of a chocolatey note, or even almost a leathery note, but not quite. It's in between chocolate and leather, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say, but that's definitely kind of what it is. The nose, especially after the first few sips, is exceptional. I really like this, and I'm not surprised by that. I loved the Barrel Foundation. It's one of my favorite go-to bottles for the price, and I think this is even better than that, which I didn't think could happen. But here we are. The nose is sweet caramel now. It's really kind of evolving. There's some vanilla in there too. Vanilla bean more than artificial vanilla. That is so good. This is $55. That is crazy. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. The palate is pretty simple. You get some vanilla in there. You get a really slight cherry note, and then it's kind of oaky. There's a little hint of chocolate in there too. But overall, I think for the money, especially with where we are in the bourbon industry right now, this is a buy all day. I don't think we're in the 8s conversation, but I think we're in the high 7s. I think this is a really, really good bottle, and I really hope I see this out. I still have never seen another Barrel Foundation. I want to buy one so badly, and that's why I'm nursing the one I have, because I just don't see them. But I adore this bottle. This is a fantastic double oak. I think personally my palate prefers this over a Woodford double oaked. That one's really good, but I think this one is more refined. I think it's more proofy. There's more texture to it. It's really, really good. So Barrell, you knocked it out of the park. This is a very, very smart idea, and I really hope this continues. Barrell, I would be very interested to see a Foundation rye. Let's see if we can get something like that. I'd be very curious to see what you guys can do. This is an absolute winner. I think that this would be a really good bottle to introduce someone to who was new into double oaked bourbons. I really do. I think this is approachable. It gives you all of the traits of double oaked bourbon without being, overly aggressive or overly oaky or too sweet or too dry. This is like, honestly, like it's not the best double oak thing I've ever had personally, but as a representation of what double oaking is, this is a really good representation of that. That's the review. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below if this is on your list, and I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, cheers. A big thank you to all the Patreon supporters you see on screen right now.